Timers, and I want to mention this again. If you ever missed one of these Magical Monday manifestations, or even if you want to go back and watch some of the past ones, all of these are live broadcasts over to my YouTube. There's the word. All of these are live broadcasts over onto my YouTube channel, and I'm sure Jacqueline will drop that here at some point. Welcome. Hi, Angela. I'm glad you're here. First time as well. All right, let me get everything set up. We are going live. We are already live. Oh my goodness. Thanks for your patience. Okay, I think we have everybody in the room. I'm going to go ahead and get started as you all continue to get settled in. And Jacqueline's got me as far as letting people into the room. We're good. Okay, awesome. Okay, welcome everyone. Again, I do want to apologize for the late start. It is never my intention to start late, but sometimes life happens. My name is Valorie Lewis. I am a psychic medium and a tarot and oracle card reader. And this is Magical Monday Manifestations, where every Monday we tune into spirit. We get messages through the cards and also any channel messages that come through. I am more than happy, delighted, in fact, to share those messages with the group. At the start of the session here, I'm going to ask everyone to ground themselves and do whatever they do on their own. Might just be a couple of deep breaths to get yourself settled in, or it might be more intensive than that. You do you, but I ask that you ground yourself, bring yourself to the present moment, and then see if there's anything that is bubbling up for you that you would like guidance, support, maybe just love, maybe you just want a hug or a sign from the universe. Whatever you're looking for, go ahead and send those wants, wishes, desires, hopes, dreams, aspirations out into the universe. And then take a moment, take a deep breath in, and tell the universe, in whatever way it feels most comfortable for you, that you are ready to receive. So switch into that receiving mode. Open yourself up to receive guidance, support, answers, wisdom, maybe just love, maybe just a big old universal hug. It can be as simple as saying, I'm ready, or it can be more involved than that. Whatever feels good for you. I'm clearing my space, and I'm also sending the energy of this clearing out to all of you all. It's just a little bit of Palo Santo. All right, and let's get ready to rumble. No, we don't want to rumble with spirit. Let's get ready to receive. How about that? That's better. Let's get ready to receive. All right, so I'm going to switch it up a little bit today. Just a little bit. Here at the beginning, I am going to start by pulling an oracle card, especially for those of you who might be watching this on YouTube. We're going to start with an oracle card, and that's going to be the oracle card for today, for Monday, January 27th, the day after the Chiefs wins. We're going to the Super Bowl. Had to put that out there. We're going to draw an oracle card to kind of give us a set point to kind of guide the direction of today's reading. And also, if you're just tapping in for a quick little bit of guidance this morning, then you can listen to the oracle card and then go about your day, or you can stay for the entire reading. I know most of you are going to stay for the entire reading. So the oracle card that I'm going to start today's reading with is going to be Mystical Shaman Oracle Deck. Mystical Shaman Oracle Deck. Let's see, Spirit, what do you want us to know for this day today? And yes, this day today refers to whenever you might be tuning in and watching this video. And specifically refers to this day today, January 27th, for all of you on the live call. Let's see. Spirit, what message do you have for us? Guidance, direction, messages. And we have card number 27, the Hunter. This is a card that I'm going to consider a signifier for today's reading. For those of you that read cards, you know what that means. For those of you that don't, you don't need to know what it means. It just means it's going to sit on my desk and give the reading a certain energy, a certain direction. So card number 27, the Hunter. Let's see what the meaning of that card is. The essence of this card, I'm looking for my glasses, y'all. I don't have them. Oh, we're going to struggle today. The essence. Before the dawn of agriculture, we hunted in the forest to feed our kin. The hunter never takes more than what the village needs to survive, often taking only one creature, the good kill. He is a master track path to follow to find success. The invitation. Rely on your own skills to traverse the thick forest you are in to reach your destination. You need to follow the tracks left by spirit. Does it say the tracks left by others? It says follow the tracks left by spirit to claim your bounty, which is already prepared and being offered to you. Do not follow the maps drawn by others, as they will not lead you true. Instead, become the map maker. Find your internal compass and use all your senses, including those that extend beyond your five senses, so your psychic abilities as well, and also including your common sense. And then the medicine of this message is, don't settle for the roadkill. It could be poison. So again, we're talking about the hunter. So don't settle for the roadkill. Now, that's a metaphorical analogy. How could you apply roadkill in your life? What would constitute as roadkill in your life on your spiritual journey if you are a hunter, hunting and moving your way towards your spiritual or your life's destination? What would constitute as roadkill? It would be something that you did not ascertain on your own. It would be something that you happened upon, something that maybe died because of a misfortune, or maybe died at the hands of another hunter and was left behind. But it doesn't have that personal, intentional aspect to it. It's something that you come upon. So figure out where the roadkill in your life is. Do not settle for roadkill. It could be poison. Be careful that you do not become the prey of your desires and fantasies. Remember to not want more than you need, so you are not guided by unbridled ambition. It is okay to come home empty-handed. As a hunter, it is okay to come home empty-handed at times, because Spirit is just saying, I got you. You have everything that you need at home right now. There's no need to go out and gather and hunt. So sometimes it's okay to come home empty-handed. I do want to add to the part, remember to not want more than you need. And a lot of times people take that statement, myself included in the early stages, as I'm only supposed to want the things like the basics. If I have food, clothing, and shelter, I'm not supposed to want anything other than that, and Spirit's going to give me those three things. That is not what Spirit is saying. Your needs are your needs. Your needs are spiritual. If you need, because your soul is calling for it, if you need a 5-week vacation on the Bahamas, uninterrupted from the world around you, where you don't have to worry about finances and appointments and children and spouses, if that's what your soul needs, you can absolutely want that. You can absolutely desire that. And it can absolutely be in alignment for you. We're not talking about living a life where just the basics are covered. That is not what Spirit said. But Spirit said, don't want more than you need, because it's that excess that throws things out of alignment. So maybe sit with the message of this card and ask yourself, what do I need? What does my soul need for growth, expansion, and most of all, joy? What does my soul need for growth, expansion, and most of all, joy? And can I not listen to anything outside of my soul when I set the list of what I need and what I want and what I desire? That's a challenge. As humans, that is a challenge. And I will tell you, if you can get to that spot where you are, even for the majority of the time, listening to your soul instead of listening to external things, you're on the right path. You're going to start seeing things, opportunities, pathways, doorways opening, miracles happening. I mean, they're always happening, but do we see them? So that's the message from the Oracle card. Let's go ahead and get into the Tarot card reading today. And what deck are we going to today? Spirit for Tarot. We're going to Tarot of the Dragons. Tarot of the Dragons. Who's the author of this deck? Sean McKenzie, by Sean McKenzie. Spirit, what messages of guidance or support, showings of love and compassion can you give us through today's reading? Give me just a moment to shuffle. I already know for some reason as I looked at this deck that I have reversals in this deck. So I don't know what happened when the last time I shuffled it. I generally don't shuffle with reversals, but we have reversals. So today should be an interesting read. Tarot of the Dragons. Spirit, what messages do you have for us? Deck right there. What did I do with the book that fast? There it is. All right, let's go. And we have 3 reversals. I pull 5 cards. For those of you that are new, I often pull just 5 tarot cards. Again, we are guided by that message of the hunter, allowing ourselves to receive those things that we need and figuring out what is it that our soul needs for our growth, expansion, and joy. And so with that in mind, these next cards are going to add some additional insights into that message. Interesting that we have 3 reversals. That means there's definitely some energies that we can work on flipping and bringing back into alignment. But our first card is an upright, and our first card is the Ace of Cups. Talk about allowing and receiving. I do see, cups in the tarot represent water, emotions, intuition, but I often see cups as a vessel to be filled. And so I often see cups as one of the suits in the tarot that talks about receiving. What are you going to put into these cups that you are holding, or what is already in the cups that you are holding? So this Ace of Cups, I love it because aces are ones, fresh starts, new beginnings. And as you think about the previous message of wants, desires, needs, what you're calling in, this makes perfect sense because it's saying you have a chance at a fresh start, a new beginning, to call something new into your life, something more supporting, something more expansive, something more joyful. What are you going to put in your cup? There's a lot of, as I'm channeling these messages and reading the interpretations, there's a lot of questions that are personal in nature. I feel like Spirit is asking me to ask these questions so that you all can probe. And Spirit's not giving me, well, they might. They're saying, they just said, hold on. They just said, hold on. So they want us to do the work where we're asking ourselves these questions first. And then later on in the reading, they're telling me they're absolutely going to come in with the, now that you have an answer to that question, here's what you do about the answer. But I'm feeling a lot of needing to turn within for these answers. So Ace of Cups. The question is, what are you going to put in your cup? And it's an ace. So Spirit is calling you to put something new in your cup. If you wake up every morning and you drink orange juice, maybe try apple juice. If you wake up every morning and you drink coffee like me, maybe try a different creamer. That's a real literal kind of way of thinking about it. But when you put that in your life, y'all can follow an analogy. I don't have to mansplain it to you or womansplain, psychic explain it to you. Y'all know how this is going to apply in your life. What can you call in that's new? Not some of the same, but what can you call in that is new to you? I need coffee. Speaking of coffee, I can't say the word coffee without drinking. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. I found a new coffee brand the other week, and it has made my morning so much more delightful. Okay, so Ace of Cups, what are you going to put in your cup? And then we have a reversal. A reversal, the moon is in reverse. Let me hold this card upright because there's so much imagery and so much going on in the moon card in all tarot decks. I find the moon to be one of those cards where when you pull this card, if you look at the thing that draws your attention first, that's probably your message for the day. And every time you pull this card, it can be some other aspect of the card that draws your attention first. So for me, the first thing that I'm noticing is that tiger. The moon in traditional tarot is represented by a dog and a wolf on both sides, one representing domesticated calm, and the other representing that wild free spirit. And so here we have a tiger and a domesticated cat being represented. My eye first went to the tiger. The second thing my eye went to is the dragon in the moon. The tiger would be the wild free spirit, the undomesticated, the call to what does your soul want? What excites you, what lights you up, not the domesticated version of this is what I've decided I can call, this is what I've decided I can call in. This is what society has told me I can have. There's time and a place for all of that energy. Both energies are present. But this domesticated version of playing small, playing safe, knowing your boundaries is not what's being called for this week, today. That wild free spirit is where my eye is going, and also the dragon in the full moon. So let's go to the book and get some additional guidance on what the author says about this card, since it is slightly different imagery from traditional tarot, which I love. I love it when there's a different aspect of the cards that I know and love. So let's see. I'm going to read the whole thing. An elegant and enigmatic, I feel like I didn't say that right, doesn't matter. Eastern dragon dances over the illuminated face of the low-hanging moon. Having no fire of her own, the moon's light is an illusion, a dim reflection stolen from the unseen sun. That sounds like roadkill. I mean, if to put an analogy back to the oracle card, this bright shining light, it does give us light by night, but it's not its own light. It's just a reflection. It's something that someone else is emanating. Okay. Still, when full, it is enough to cast a shimmering path across the tranquil sea. Nearer to shore, two pharaohs blaze bright with warning. A giant crab up from the primordial ocean floor emerges between them, his pincers raised in challenge and awe. He is consciousness in embryonic form. On the shore, entranced by the dragon in the moon, sits her feline audience, a curious house cat, domesticity, and a noble tiger, wildness. Beneath the moon dragon's eldritch gaze, fears and anxieties rise from the murky waters of the subconscious, begging to be let go. Fears and anxieties arising from within you, from your subconscious, begging to be let go. What will you do with those energies? Dreams and nightmares flourish, and secrets long hidden emerge from the shadows. Truth is at odds with illusion, deception, and uncertainty obscure your way. Still, there are beacons in the light. See those lighthouses? Lighthouses. Your creativity is aglow with dragon fire. Your intuition is as sharp as a dragon's tooth. Trust your instincts. It's another meaning of why I was drawn to that tiger. Trust your instincts. Let your imagination soar and be free. Together, they will guide you through. Trust your instincts when it comes to those things that are coming up for you that you want to let go, that are begging to be let go of. Trust your instincts. It doesn't say figure it out and trust your logical mind once you have an analysis of the situation. It says trust your instincts. So if you feel something coming up within you that needs to be let go of, and it doesn't have a description, and you might not even be aware of what that energy really is, but you just know there's something there that needs to be let go of. It feels like tightness. It feels like tightness in your chest begging to break free. It feels like a stifled voice begging to be heard. It feels like a thought that's just been stale and rumbling around in your head, begging to be expressed into the world. What is coming up that is begging to be let free for you? Maybe you don't know what it is, but maybe you feel it or you sense it. Trust your instincts and trust that your instincts are going to guide you to how you can best let go of that and how you can best release that. So that was the moon in reverse. Now, it was in reverse, which means we're not trusting our instincts. We're not receiving those messages. We are feeling that instinctual wild call to do those things that bring us joy. But instead of trusting it and following it, we're staying in this domesticated, I can't do that. That's too insane. What will people think? That's delusional. Anybody said that's delusional to themselves recently? That's why it was in reverse, because Spirit is asking us to bring these energies back into alignment, follow our instincts, trust the guidance, and know that we are on the right path. So see if you can flip that energy around for yourself and start following that more. Another card in reversal, and this one is the Seven of Pentacles. Let's flip it right side up so you all can see the actual image. The Seven of Pentacles, a dragon kind of twisted around this tree, pentacles representing fruits on the tree, reaching for that. Seven of Pentacles in traditional tarot. I'm drawing a blank. Let's go to the book. Seven of Pentacles, and I can see in my mind's eye, I can see the Six of Pentacles and I can see the Eight of Pentacles, and I am drawing a blank on the Seven of Pentacles. So let's go to the book. Beneath the sky, soft and redolent with fall, a youthful dragon coils around a tree laden with pentacles. It's his tree. Long ago, when he was little bigger than a grizzly cub, he plunged his talons into the soil and planted a seed in the gentle earth. I do remember the Seven of Pentacles. It's a picture of a farmer resting on his garden hoe and just looking contemplatively over what he sowed. So this makes sense now. He tended it with care and patience and watched it grow. In time, there were blossoms, and then the blossoms turned to fruit. They are not quite ready to harvest, but the dragon has waited this long. He can and will wait a little longer. If you are expecting your labors to provide instant gratification, you will be sorely disappointed. Sorry, millennials. I know that instant gratification is a bitch. Be patient. Catch your breath. It is a privilege to look back, to mark your progress, and to marvel at all you have accomplished, which is what this dragon is doing. Hard work and diligence pay off in their season. Fruit that ripens on the tree is always sweeter than that picked green and left on the window ledge to turn. Don't rush things. Let nature take her course. Harvest time is near, and with it comes just rewards. Now remember, this was in reversal. So when we're not waiting, when we're not taking time to reflect and be grateful for all that we have accomplished and how far that we have come, it's in reversal. So this is Spirit saying, this is where I want you. This is where you are. No problem. This energy is real easy to flip. Maybe just some affirmation statements, maybe reframing your current situation instead of saying it's never going to come. Say, I can feel it. I can feel it's going to come. It's right there. I know it's there. Things like that will flip that energy. So how can you move from impatient, pulling the fruit off before it's ready, wanting that instant gratification to, wow, look at how far I've come. I remember when this was nothing but a seed in the ground. Look at this strong tree I have now. I know the fruit's not ready. I know the manifestations that I want aren't here, but look at how far I've come. Gratitude. How can you move yourself into a state of gratitude? Seven of Pentacles, especially regarding your manifestations, because Pentacles, represented by the coin, also connected to earth energy in the tarot, is about our earthly manifestations. So if you are trying to manifest something and it seems like it's just not coming, hello, welcome to being human. But also, Spirit is saying it's there. It's there. And I don't want you to stop looking at the fact and saying it's not there. I want you to see, if you look back, how far you have come. Just like this dragon planted the seed because he wanted to eat the fruit. He could stand and look at this tree and say, there is no fruit that I can eat. And he would be absolutely correct, because the fruit is not ripe. It would not be good for his digestive system. So he could look at this tree and say, there is no fruit that I can eat. My manifestation must be broken. Or he could look at this same situation and say, I remember when this was nothing but a seed in the ground. Look how far I have come towards my manifestation. And I know it's going to be mine. I know it's going to be mine. Two different ways of looking at the same exact situation. Which one is going to bring you closer to growth, expansion, and joy? All right, this next one is upright. And interestingly enough, it is the card of the year for 2025. It is the Hermit. If you all attended my New Year's Eve event or follow me on social media, you know that we determine the tarot card of the year by adding up all of the digits in the current year. So 2 + 2 + 5 = 9, meaning 9 is going to be our tarot card for the year, and 9 is the Hermit. So we have the Hermit, and the Hermit is all about looking within for that internal wisdom. And then once you find it, how can you hold the light so others can find their own light? The Hermit. Let's also go to the book on this one. And that one was upright. So as you consider the messages of the previous cards, the guidance, and you say, what am I supposed to do with this message, Valorie? Spirit is like, turn within, find the answers within. That's what you're supposed to do with it. Stop yelling at Valorie. No, Spirit didn't say that last part. I said that last part. Y'all can yell at me if you want. All right, the Hermit. A silver-whiskered dragon wraps his coils round a rugged Himalayan peak. Far from the crush of the world, he is an opalescent sky dragon, as weathered and sage as the mountains themselves. His smile hides a lifetime of solitary contemplation. He has asked questions of the universe that only he could imagine, and he has waited patiently through the centuries for answers to come. He has waited centuries for the universe to answer him, and some of us won't even wait 24 hours. Some of us throw a hissy fit, myself included. Some of us throw a hissy fit in the moment if Spirit has not answered. And this motherfucker has waited centuries to get an answer from the universe, and he's not mad. And he's still holding his light. He still has light to hold. In his paw, he holds a pearl of wisdom, which, like a beacon in the sky, shines out on the land below. Overhead, an 8-pointed star of enlightenment shines down on the mountain snows. When confusion swirls round you like a winter gale on Annapurna, the universe is trying to tell you something. Look within. When confusion swirls around you, the universe is trying to tell you to look within. Step back out of the material world and listen to the learned whispers of solitude. The Hermit will light your way. This is his life, away from the chaos and conflict of men and other dragons. He knows the difference between being alone and being lonely, and the lessons that come from each. So it doesn't say that he was never lonely. It says that when he was lonely, he learned the lessons that come with each. There is neither ego nor arrogance in this. Just expect counsel given to those who apply. But the Hermit's wisdom does not always come easy. For those to whom contemplation is a foreign concept, the journey may be long and rough, but the knowledge gained will be worth it. Are you worth it? And are you worth continuing on your journey until you receive the answers, the knowledge, the wisdom, the support, the love that you are seeking? Because it's there. It's there. But for those who contemplation, solitude, internal guidance, looking within is foreign, Doesn't feel comfortable. I haven't done it. I don't know how to do it. This is awkward. If that's you, then the journey's going to be a little bit longer. Doesn't mean it's not going to be worth it, and doesn't mean you're not going to reach your final destination. And remember, this dragon withdraws within. So he's not concerned with how many people on the path have passed him, have already reached their destination, while his is taking longer. He's not worried about that. He's on his own path, his own timetable, and he knows he's going to get there. And how does he know that? Because he's turned within and he's found that inner wisdom and that inner guidance and that inner trust. The Hermit. And that one was upright. And then we have this last card, which is good because it means we're all capable of this. We're all probably currently doing some form of this. It wasn't out of alignment. It was upright. And then the last card is a reversal. And this one makes perfect sense because I feel like all of those cards are, many of you came into this reading or into this session, or you're just in a space of asking questions. A lot of us collectively are asking a lot of questions about life, about our path, our journey, how we fit into everything. And so this guidance is, yes, meant to steer you, meant to give you a more clear picture, meant to wrap around you and give you the energy needed to successfully answer those questions. But then we have this card in reversal, Seven of Cups. And Seven of Cups is all about making choices. Again, when I said cups is about receiving, it looks like all of these cups are already full with something. So this might already represent the different aspects of your life that already have fullness, already have things in them, already have stuff that you are contemplating. And this Seven of Cups in traditional tarot represents a choice. It often represents someone in a stalemate, unable to move forward with the choice. Maybe they're unable to move forward on their path because they can't decide which way to go. Or maybe they're unable to move forward because they're reluctant to make a choice that would move them forward. Either way it goes, Seven of Cups can often represent someone in a stalemate, but who needs to make a choice. Cups, water, intuition, emotions. Allow your intuition, that wild instinct from the previous card, and your intuition to combine and lead you forward to make the choice that is most beneficial for you in this moment. You know, the good thing about choices and the really good thing about being a woman, we can change our mind. These things are not permanent. So if you find yourself in a stalemate, I don't know what to do, I can't do this and I can't do that, and I'm just going to sit here and not make a decision. Cut that shit out. We are powerful motherfucking beings, powerful manifestors. Choose something. My advice to you on what do you choose? My advice and Spirit's advice, what do you choose? Bring yourself to the current moment. Align with where you are in the current moment. Don't shit on yourself in the current moment. If in this current moment you do not feel powerful and you do not feel the most amazing being on the face of this planet, which you are, if in this current moment you feel conflicted, confused, let that be okay for where you are on your path right now today. And this is not a message I always deliver. This is a message that Spirit is telling me to deliver in this moment to this group. Let it be okay. If you are confused, let it be okay. Say to yourself, today, whatever day it is if you're watching this on a recording, but today, January 22nd, I feel confusion. Not I, Valorie, am a confused being, because that speaks confusion over your entire life, past, present, and future. But if you can bring it to the current moment and say, right now, I feel confusion, I can be okay with that, because I also remember moments when I felt clarity. So this is temporary. This is where I am right now. Right now, if I'm okay with where I am and I'm okay with the confusion and the chaos and the lack of clarity, if I'm okay with that, oh, well, first of all, that feels like a relief because I don't have to fight against it anymore. I can just allow that to be my current set. And from this space, what would be the most aligned decision I can make? From this space of me being okay with where I am, what would be the most aligned decision I can make? Make that, take a step forward. And if you need to change your mind this afternoon, tomorrow, next week, next month, change your mind. because I guarantee you your energy will change as soon as you make that decision. So maybe you make a decision that is most in alignment with your confusion this morning. And because of that decision, Spirit says, I see you moving forward, and you have a moment of clarity this afternoon, and you decide to make a different decision, maybe on the same topic. So fucking what? Do it. Because that's movement, that's growth, that's expansion, that's the joy you've been asking for. Change your mind if you need to. Look at all the different aspects represented by what this person is thinking about. There's money, there's crystals, maybe that's talking about connection. There's a phoenix rising, maybe this person is trying to transform or change something in their life. There's that wild instinct again. There's a fish, maybe this person is thinking about emotions, their love relationships. There's something on fire. It's a dragon egg on fire, but a lot of us got dumpster fires in some of our cups. That's okay. Can we let it be okay? Can we let it be okay? 7 of Cups. I am going to go to the book and see if there's any additional guidance on this and how we can make choices moving forward throughout our week, throughout our month, throughout our lives. In the warm light of gloaming, even the most practical dragon can indulge her whimsy and wander among the visions of what might be. Tail and toes dangling into the waters of her unconscious mind, a woodland blue drifts off into a realm where fancies take flight. 7 cups rest on pillows of somnolent dragon smoke, each cup holding a draconic dream, a phoenix for long life, a koi for luck, a white tiger for fun, a stag for bounty, an emerald and a pot of gold, emblems of dragon hoarding. Her greatest treasure is an egg, symbol of dragon generations to come. With the imagination soaring, dreams take on a life of their own. They have a tangible quality, feeling more real than reality. Not all is as it appears. Tempting as these visions are, profound as they may seem, they are illusions, dragon smoke, and mirrors. Still, nothing grows into existence without first hatching it in the mind. Dream big. Let your fantasies be blueprints to creation. I'm so glad I went to the book on this one because this was a completely different take on the same card, on the same meaning. And I feel like that definitely has relevance for some of you. Dreams, imagination are so important. And the Cliff Note version of this is, yes, dream. Yes, use your imagination. Yes, make it as real as you possibly can. But when you wake up, do something about it. Don't get lost in the illusion. Don't get lost in the dream. Find a way to make those dreams come to fruition. 7 of Cups. And that one was in reversal. Let me show you that. That one was in reversal as we drew it, which means some of us are in that stalemate, not making the decision, or in that stalemate, staying in our dream. So two different meanings, need to make a decision or in the dream world. Some of us are in stalemate, not making a decision. Some of us are in stalemate because we're spending far too much time dreaming about what could be and not taking any actionable steps towards making it a reality. Flip it into the upright by making a choice and or by finding the very first small, tiny, actionable step that you can take towards making your dreams a reality. That's our tarot cards for today. Awesome, awesome. Now here's the part to where if you still have questions or wantings for guidance, support, insight, wisdom, more specifically, since Spirit has already told us to look within for those answers, more specifically, if you're looking for how do I do this personally when this is my situation and this is what I want to do, I invite you to sit with those for just a moment, post them out energetically to the universe, to myself. And if you feel so called, put them over in chat. And the next portion, as we pull oracle cards, will hopefully speak to those questions that still remain not quite answered. Ooh, That's challenging. Spirit wants me to go to this deck. This deck is kind of challenging for me. It is called Oracle of Visions, and it's called that way for a reason because each card in this Oracle deck has so much symbology, like this. So many different symbols. What does that mask mean? What does the mirror mean? What does this mean? What does her dress mean? So many different symbols on every card. And oftentimes, I disagree with the author's messages. So I often I often enjoy looking at the card and seeing what messages come through from the symbols first. And I invite you all to do the same thing as we draw a card from this deck and then seeing if anything from the author resonates. Sometimes the author's messages are spot on and sometimes they differ a little bit from my personal beliefs. So that's what I mean. It's an amazing deck. I'm not trying to say anything bad about the author. It's just sometimes we have a little bit of a different take on the beliefs. Oh, this is an interesting card. What do you get when you look at this image? 29. I'm going to tell you the first thing my eye went to and why is that serpent, because I've heard that this is the year of the serpent in Chinese zodiac astrology, that this is the year of the serpent. And so I've just been thinking about that a lot. I've also had the serpent come up for me in 3 other personal readings. So this is number 4, and 4 is my favorite number of seeing a serpent in a reading or in a spiritual context. So that's why my eye went there. I feel like that's more personal, but ask yourself where your eye went first. What first attracted your attention? Can you use that hermit energy, turn within, and find your own interpretation for what that symbol might mean for you? For me, the snake is about shedding old skin and moving into something new. For you, it might mean something completely different. And it might not even be the snake that got your attention. It might be something else. So as you look at that card, I'm going to go to the book. It is card number 29. And I think, there's no title on the card. The title's in the book. Temptation, resisting, willpower. And there's a quote that goes along with every card. This quote is from Mark Twain. There is a charm about the forbidden that makes it unspeakably desirable. What is it about that ingredient called forbidden that whets the appetite? From the innocent indulgent of one more piece of chocolate to more significant forbidden fruits of social behavior, we are often tempted. We indulge, even at risk to our health, our relationship with others, and our general well-being. Our ability to see through the illusion, to weigh the consequences, and resist the temptation is a measure of our personal willpower, character, and strength. To succumb or resist will be a choice that defines us. A horn jester pulls apart the curtains, revealing an apple and serpent, symbols from temptation and original sin. A Salome-styled performance manifests as a vision from a flaming cauldron. Oh, I didn't even realize that was a cauldron. A flaming cauldron. As we come to understand our weaknesses and the reasons for them, they lose their power to control us. As we come to understand our weaknesses and the reasons for them, they lose their power to control us. The devil becomes simply a man in a silly hat. Interesting. So this card is bringing up images of the devil in the tarot deck as well. Similar message, very much similar message. When it talks about our weaknesses controlling us or our desires, temptation controlling us, that's represented by being chained to the devil's pedestal in tarot. But those chains are loose and we can break free at any point. They're self-imposed change. And I don't feel like the message, again, this is where I differ a little bit. I don't feel like that's in contradiction to what this author is saying. I just feel like the author didn't fully express the thought that I hold, which is the idea that, let me go back to their words so I can expand upon it. Sometimes we overindulge at risk to our health, our relationship to others, and our general well-being. That's the way I would say it. because it is okay to indulge. It is okay to have that extra piece of chocolate, but it might not be okay to eat the whole chocolate cake and 5 chocolate candy bars. That's overindulgence at risk to your health. But indulging in our desires, in our wants, even in those things that we label as forbidden, there is nothing wrong with indulgence. In fact, Spirit asks us, if this thing brings you joy, go for the joy. If something about it feels like it's forbidden, figure out why you feel like the thing that brings you joy is forbidden. Is it you or is it society? Is it you or is it something your parents told you a long time ago that you held on to? Because if this thing brings you joy, it is your mission. It is imperative to you. It is an integral part of your spiritual journey to figure out why it brings you joy and to not just keep dismissing it and not looking at it because somebody said that's forbidden. You're not supposed to want that. You're not supposed to need that. Don't look over there. So many things in our society are labeled that way. So many things in our society are labeled that way. And it's time for you to turn within and figure out, is this my label or is this somebody else's label? Is it okay for me to indulge in this thing because it's calling to me? I can feel the desire within me for this thing. How can I indulge and not overindulge? How can I be okay with having this desire? And if I'm not okay with having this desire, what do I need to shift? Is there a mindset I need to shift? Is there some reason why I'm called to want this thing, even though I don't know why and it doesn't feel in alignment? Okay, that's still part of your journey. Still part of your journey to figure that out. So that's what we have there. Lots of calls to look deeper. I feel like that is the call today. Look deeper, look within. Stop shutting off pieces and portions of yourself because you don't understand them, because you lack clarity, because it feels like it's something you shouldn't be doing. Stop shutting those pieces off and allow yourself to explore them so that you can learn more about yourself. So now we're going to lighten it up and go to Keepers of the Light with Kyle Gray. Let's bring some light into this. Not that those were not light statements. Absolutely what we needed to hear in the moment. Holy moly, we've got 20 messages over here. Let me take a moment. Is the dragon egg in the bottom cup? Yes. Is this recorded? Yes. Someone's been postponing sending an email. I feel like that might be one of those 7-cup choices that you're thinking about. Year of the snake. Oh, year of the wood snake. That's even more information. Ooh, and that makes more sense because wood as an element is definitely related to earth energy. Someone's been seeing serpent everywhere. That makes sense. Here's a question. How can I stop avoiding this home project? I've cleared all other projects for this, but the blockage is deep with this. So why do I resist this so much? I'm going to tell you, coming from Spirit, I'm hearing that you have conflicting beliefs, which is very common because I just found a conflicting belief that's been holding me back for I don't know how long. Something about it, there's a conflicting belief about it. Kind of like saying millionaires are ridiculous and they have more money than they should ever need, and that's just a dumb scenario. And then in the very next breath saying, oh, I think I'll play the lottery. I hope I win. Conflicting beliefs. It's like that. So there's something about the project that you are resistant to, even though you've cleared your calendar and made space to complete the project. There's something about the project itself that holds an energy of resistance for you. Or maybe it's just not the right time and you're forcing yourself to do something for things that are not in alignment for you. Could be that too. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm all caught up on the messages. Keepers of the Light, where do we need to go? Melchizedek. I say Melchizedek. I've heard it pronounced otherwise, but I'll say Melchizedek. Higher learning. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. I mean, how many different ways can Spirit tell us to look within? Inner guidance, inner wisdom. Look within. Find the intuition to make your choice. All of the, it's you, you're the problem, it's you. I'm singing that. Y'all know the song. It's me, I'm the problem, it's me. It's that thing of, I keep looking for the answer. I keep asking Spirit, and Spirit's like, and I keep telling you, the problems, the call is coming from your own house. I keep telling you, look within, the answers are within. And not that there's a problem, but that you have experienced enough of life to give yourself credit for all that you have experienced. To give yourself credit, I have learned enough that I sure can trust myself. I've been through this situation 10 times, and those 10 times maybe didn't work out, but I've been through this situation 10 times, and I know more about my personal path than somebody else. So this is Spirit saying, look within, look within. Do you need to maybe call a friend, ask a practitioner, go to a YouTube video to get guidance with looking within? Guided meditation, frequency music, a reading where someone says, hey, this is the steps that I would take if I was in your place to look within. Absolutely, absolutely use those tools. But ultimately, Spirit is saying the answer you seek is within. Do anything you can do to get the clarity, to move within, to find the answer that you seek. Use all the tools, but just know that those tools are not going to give you the answer. You are going to give you the answer. Higher learning. Let's see, where is this dude in the book? Oh, it tells me how to pronounce it. And of course, it says I'm pronouncing it wrong. Will that change me? No, because it's in my brain. You know, when you get a pronunciation in your brain and you just can't, just like how I say Chipotle. We go to Chipotle to eat. I don't know what other Mexican restaurant y'all go to, but I go to Chipotle. Okay. Melchizedek is how you say it. Melchizedek is a high priest who is mentioned in the Bible's book of Genesis and many other sources too. He is here to assist the earth through the ascension process, which is basically moving everyone and everything back to a state of love and harmony. He appears with bright light around him and a long white beard to match his ancient high priest ways. He could also be the hermit standing on top of that mountain with the white beard and the wisdom. And he is said to have his own order of light-filled priests who are able to help spiritual people develop their gifts and qualities. As he works on a higher energetic level, we can connect with him through sacred geometry and by focusing on ancient star-shaped symbols. Here's the extended message. You have learned so much to this point and are learning more every day. You are recognizing all the great lessons your experiences and challenges have brought to you and are preparing for a transition, or guess what the next word is? Inner ascension, where you will move beyond another level of fear and into the inner sanctum of your heart and soul. Become aware of patterns, ancient symbols, and signs being sent to you from the universe. There's a sense that you are now able to focus in a new way and offer greater light to the world. Melchizedek and his order are with you now, leading you towards spiritual wisdom. Meditate and connect with their light. What a beautiful message of light to end today's reading on. I love that. I wish you all peace, harmony, guidance, support. Y'all can tap into this energy just like I can. It is a skill. It's something you need to practice, but it's something that is absolutely never, ever, ever gate kept, and it is available for all. Some other things I want to mention are my upcoming events. I do have a psychic medium event happening this tomorrow, the 28th, tomorrow evening, where I'll be giving psychic mediumship readings. It is a small group so that everyone that joins the group can receive a mediumship reading. So it is limited to 10, and I think we're at 7 right now. So if you're interested in that, look on the meetup calendar and go ahead and get signed up as soon as possible so that you can reserve your spot. What else do I have coming up? I remember I told you about that belief that I was working out. I had conflicting beliefs, and I just got some insight on that. That is related to a couple of things within my business, and I cannot wait to let you know what I'm going to be offering very, very soon. As soon as I get the offer together, it's part of my calling to help, and I have been feeling that calling more bigger just because of what's going on collectively and what's going on for us individually. So I can't wait to share that information with you. Please make sure you're on my mailing list because I do intend to send out an email within the next 2 to 3 days about this big announcement. So please make sure you are receiving my emails. If you miss it, I'm sure I will announce it next Monday, but I want to give you, all of my followers and all of you who show up here for the live events, first dibs at the big news. So make sure you're on my email list. Excuse me. And if you're not already on my email list, send an email to me personally. I'll add you to the list. Tarot Unicorns, plural, coffee. Tarot Unicorns Coffee at gmail.com is how you can get in touch with me. And please take these messages, this energy that Spirit has given us, that has provided us with, and use them to apply them to your life in whatever way feels most in alignment to you so that you can what? So that you can manifest. It's called Magical Monday Manifestations for a reason. So that you can manifest your life in a way that feels in alignment and in a way that brings you growth, expansion, and joy. Thank you all so much. Have a great week. Have a great rest of your day.